I've set all of these devices to their maximum resolution and frame rate, which is 1080p 30 frames per second. The C922 can also do 720p 60 frames per second, and even though it's not advertised by Logitech, I was able to get the Logitech C925e to do 720p 60 frames per second as well. All four of these devices record in MJPEG. Now, Logitech claims on their website that the C925e can do H.264. In my case, I couldn't even select that at all in OBS. The only one of these webcams that I could select that was actually the Logitech C920, but it caused so much delay that there's really no point in using it. It doesn't improve the image quality at all either. The field of view of all of these devices is 78 degrees, except the Logitech C930e, which is 90 degrees. Now, I actually have 3 Logitech C920s, but the one that you're looking at right now, I bought this for $50. I bought my C925e for $70, my C930e for $109, and my C922 for $135, and this one also came with a tripod in the box. To see current pricing on all of these devices, I have links to them in the description. Going over image quality, with daylight only and fully automatic settings, all 4 of these devices look pretty similar. There's not enough light to really see the difference in color reproduction here, and the sharpness on all of them is about the same. It's alright. The only real advantage or disadvantage, depending on your use case, is the C930e, which has a wider field of view. Now, autofocus can be a bit slow on all of these devices, but it's pretty standard for webcams. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. I almost always keep the autofocus turned off. That way you can avoid focus hunting. What I do is I just bring the focus level all the way to its minimum value and then just leave it at that, and then it keeps pretty much everything in focus after about 2 feet. Moving down to 720p 60 frames per second on the C922 and C925e, you can see that it really degrades the image quality. It's smoother, yes, but it's really pixelated and unclear, so basically a useless mode in my opinion. With studio lighting and manual settings, how I suggest using these devices, finally we see a difference. Sharpness is still just okay and standard on all of them, but the colors of the C930e make it stand out from the other 3 devices. It's much more vibrant. I wouldn't use the phrase more accurate, but the other 3 are quite washed out. All of these devices do about the same in terms of dynamic range. There's not really any extreme hot spots, and the image isn't way too dark on any of them. They're all about the same, pretty decent. And comparing these really makes me wonder why the C925e even exists. It doesn't seem to offer up any improvements over the C922 at all. I mean, they say it can do H.264, but that wasn't the case in my experience. So yeah, overall image quality advantage goes to the Logitech C930e. This is Logitech C920 microphone test. There are no filters on it. Logitech C920 microphone test. Logitech C925e microphone test. This is a mic test of the Logitech C925e. Mic test with the Logitech C930e. This is a microphone test, Logitech C930e. Mic test, Logitech C922. This is a microphone test with the Logitech C922. So my verdict is to get whichever one is the cheapest. And in my case, it was the Logitech C920. See, the Logitech C920, C922, and C925e all look pretty much exactly the same. If you were to not label them, I couldn't tell them apart, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to tell them apart either. The C930 does provide a slight boost in colors, not necessarily more accurate, a little bit more accurate, but it's more vibrant, and the wider field of view I enjoy a lot, so you can be closer to the device and not have your face taking up the entire screen. Still, I don't think that slight boost is worth the increase in price at all. If you're looking for a real improvement beyond these devices, then I would look into the Logitech Brio, which is my main webcam. I've been using it for pretty much all the content on my channel, and it is really good. Links to all of these webcams are in the description.